What's up, everybody? It's your pal Billy with Altcoin Buzz. Bitcoin slowing down just a little bit after a half year of nonstop growth. Guys, this is pretty normal for Bitcoin. I wouldn't be too alarmed here. Some people are calling for even lower prices. However, I am holding my Bitcoin. We're down 8% in US dollar value on the day at $10,465. We're going to talk more about the Bitcoin price here soon, but real quick, wanted to bring you a few things that I found entertaining from crypto Twitter. This one from the Dollar Vigilante. Trump, Bitcoin is not money and is based on thin air. Federal Reserve. Yee. Anthony Pompliano brings us some perspective here. Gold's market cap is $7.8 trillion. Bitcoin's market cap $200 billion. Gold's market cap is 39x larger than Bitcoin. It's not going to happen overnight, but Bitcoin is slowly catching up. And are the banks feeling the pressure? Litecoin Moses had tweeted out that something fishy was going on with his bank at Wells Fargo. He couldn't buy crypto on Cash App or Coinbase. He had tried to attach his debit card and it said card not found, and I just used it to pay my bills. Anybody else having any issues? All right, ask Wells Fargo. The Twitter help desk for apparently our banking overlords tweeted to him, "Thanks for reaching out to us. Unfortunately, Wells Fargo does not allow transactions involving cryptocurrencies." Signed, Josh. I'm sure Josh is a nice guy and just doing his job. I would not attack Josh for this, but you're right, Josh. That is unfortunate. I responded, "How ironic. Someone trying to buy a digital asset that requires no permission to use is being told they don't have permission to buy. Do we really own our own money if it's in a bank? Buy Bitcoin." Altcoin Buzz was all over this. Luke Lammers writes, Wells Fargo is not a fan of cryptocurrencies and bans crypto purchases. The third largest bank in the United States is no longer allowing cryptocurrency purchases. The new policy came to light after a customer of Wells Fargo complained on Twitter. Wow, that's a heck of a way to announce to everyone that you're not going to allow them to buy what they want to buy. It was already known that Wells Fargo is not a fan of crypto. The American bank already spoke out against Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies numerous times. This week, Wells Fargo's stance on crypto got even clearer when the bank revealed that it is no longer supporting cryptocurrency transactions. All right, so Anthony Pompliano was also all over this. Wells Fargo now tells customers how to spend their money. Yeah, that's to say the least right there. Even more ironic is that Wells Fargo, the bank that says it is making these kind of decisions to protect you, their clients, is getting fined $575 million for scamming their customers for over 10 years in December 2018. So I'm actually not one of those people that thinks that banks are going to completely disappear in the next few decades as a result of Bitcoin. I think there will always be a niche for banking. However, I am fully aware of how much power they have gained over the last century and how much autonomy the people of the world have lost as a result. Here is a prime example. Someone just nicely asking on Twitter if anybody's experiencing any problems with a legal item that they want to purchase. And here comes Wells Fargo, almost in a patronizing manner, letting them know, hey, you can't have that. So should you short the banks? I don't know about that. If shorting the banks means buying Bitcoin, sure, go ahead because it's happening right now. I'm still buying Bitcoin, stacking up Satoshis as we speak. However, I believe the invention of Bitcoin and its subsequent rise will not necessarily put banks completely out of commission, but instead remind them who they are serving, why they are here, what their actual purpose is, and giving them a little bit of humble tea. All right, Forbes has another awesome article on Bitcoin here. Donald Trump just made Bitcoin a 2020 election issue. The Bitcoin and cryptocurrency worlds have been left reeling after U.S. President Donald Trump unleashed a scathing attack on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, branding them unregulated crypto assets and based on thin air. And according to this author here, far more importantly, Trump has inadvertently catapulted Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies into a presidential issue. Now, there are some conspiracy theorists out there, especially in the Altcoin Buzz comments, I've really enjoyed reading them, arguing whether this is actually inadvertent. In my opinion, I do think it's inadvertent. I believe that the guy is just doing his job. I don't know if he necessarily has a true opinion on Bitcoin. Maybe he's bullish. Maybe the guy even holds some Bitcoin. However, if you think about it, he is just doing his job, right? You would expect the United States president to protect the U.S. dollar. Bitcoin is a direct threat to that U.S. dollar, in my opinion. So, upon reflection, I don't really blame Trump for doing what he did. He's the president of the United States. He has a U.S. dollar to protect, and Bitcoin, the ever-rising Bitcoin, is probably a direct threat to that. The article goes on to highlight some of the tweets that we've covered here at Altcoin Buzz, including Jeremy Allaire, who said this is possibly the largest bull signal for Bitcoin ever. Elsewhere, the Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong tweeted, "Achievement unlocked. I dreamt about a sitting U.S. president needing to respond to growing cryptocurrency usage years ago. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. We just made it to step 3, y'all." And speaking of, we're just seeing more and more signs of this being a major global policy issue, especially as the 2020 elections come up. Study exposes, I don't know about exposes, but maybe just shows how Russia, Iran, and China are weaponizing crypto. This from ccn.com. Okay, 2 of these countries are going to be highlighted in this article. It's no secret that the foes of the United States, including Venezuela, Iran, Russia, and China, are experimenting with cryptocurrency technology as they seek to render the economies immune to crippling U.S. sanctions. A new study from the Foundation of Defense of Democracies, the FDD, exposes the lengths to which these rogue nations are willing to make this a reality. For decades, U.S. adversaries have been trying to evade and undermine this power, but there has been no way to conduct significant international commerce without moving through the pipes of the U.S.-led global financial system. Now, however, new pipelines are being built, the Foundation of Defense of Democracies stated in this study. This article goes on to argue that the U.S. must take a lead in the crypto race, and I agree, because it's, time's running out. We have plenty of nations out there that are embracing blockchain technology and Bitcoin itself. With Venezuela, Iran, Russia, and China building their blockchain sanctions resistance, it is crucial for the U.S. to be in a leading position during the international crypto race. And that's exactly what this is right now. This is a crypto race. We're already in it. I wouldn't be surprised if these nations are already buying Bitcoin. They say the United States needs to ensure that the blockchain projects are developed in a way that will expand the transparency, freedom, and prosperity of the last century. And I just want to remind you how close we are to having Bakkt, Fidelity, Gemini, all these regulated crypto exchanges and gateways for institutional investors directly competing for market share. Bakkt has recently tweeted out that this terrific preview of crypto's next act from BNY Mellon uses data from Greenwich Associates, which found that 72% of institutional finance executives believe cryptocurrencies will have a place in the industry's future. Bakkt 100% agrees. This article from CoinDesk.com was back in June, and it's been really quiet. I just want to remind you, we are about to see Bakkt launch out some of their test platforms on July 22nd of this year. Okay, so that is 8 days away. That's almost a week away. The Intercontinental Exchange's pending Bitcoin platform, Bakkt, plans to begin testing its 2 future contracts on July 22nd of this year. Stay tuned, everybody. We're going to be covering it the entire way. All right, everybody, I want to thank you for all the engagement in the comments section the last few weeks. It's really been rising. There's been high quality conversation. People are being respectful to each other. We're having great discussions about Bitcoin, so check that out in the comment section if you get a chance. The question I have for you today is, how much of your entire net worth is in Bitcoin right now? Is it 1%? Is it 2%? Is it 10%? 50%? Let me know. I've heard all kinds of different answers, and me, myself, I like to stay diversified. I don't ever want to put everything I own into one asset. However, when I see tweets like this from Wells Fargo, it really makes me shake my head that I'm not allowed to purchase what I want when I want with my bank. With Bitcoin right now, there's also a ways to go before we can purchase what we want when we want. However, we can always transact on the Bitcoin network without permission. If you've been enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing to Altcoin Buzz, ringing that bell, liking this video, sharing it on Twitter, and checking us out on Instagram. It's your pal Billy with Altcoin Buzz. Until next time, peace.